The psychology of people who like to be alone. Some people don't hate people. They just feel more alive when they're alone. Not lonely, not broken, not antisocial. Just alone. And that confuses the world. Because we're taught that wanting distance means something is wrong, that silence means sadness, that choosing yourself over noise is a sign of weakness. But psychology tells a very different story. People who genuinely like being alone often aren't running away from life. They're running toward clarity. They think deeper. They feel stronger. They observe more than they speak. And most importantly, they know exactly who they are when no one is watching. Let me tell you a story. There was a man who used to attend every social gathering he was invited to. Parties, group chats, late-night calls. He laughed at the right moments. He nodded at the right opinions. Everyone thought he was doing great. But every time he came home, he felt empty. Not tired. Empty. One day, he stopped going. No dramatic announcement, no explanation. He just chose silence over performance. And something strange happened. His thoughts became clearer. His emotions stopped feeling borrowed. His confidence grew quietly. That wasn't isolation. That was alignment. Psychology calls this self-congruence, when your external life finally matches your internal world. People who enjoy being alone often have this trait naturally. They don't need constant validation because their sense of worth isn't crowdsourced. They recharge in solitude because their minds are always active. Silence doesn't scare them. It feeds them. Research shows that people comfortable with solitude score higher in self-awareness. They notice patterns others miss. They reflect instead of reacting. While the world is busy trying to be heard, they're busy trying to understand. This is why people who like being alone often feel misunderstood. Because society rewards loud confidence, not quiet depth. But here's the part no one talks about. Being alone is not the same as being disconnected. In fact, people who choose solitude often form fewer but deeper bonds. They don't collect people. They select them. They don't talk to fill space. They talk to exchange meaning. That's why small talk feels exhausting to them. It's not that they lack social skills. It's that surface-level interaction feels like emotional junk food. Their nervous system is tuned differently. Psychologists link this to higher sensitivity and introspection. These individuals process experiences deeply, so constant stimulation overwhelms them. Solitude becomes a filter, a way to separate signal from noise. And when they finally speak, their words carry weight. Another reason people like being alone is autonomy. They hate being influenced unconsciously. Group settings subtly shape behavior. Opinions shift. Values blur. Identities soften. People who enjoy solitude guard their inner world fiercely. Alone time is where they recalibrate, where they ask themselves questions most people avoid. What do I actually believe? What do I want without applause? Who am I when no one is impressed? That's uncomfortable work. Most people avoid it. But those who like being alone willingly step into that discomfort. That's why they often grow faster. Emotionally, intellectually, spiritually. There's also a dark side. Solitude sharpens perception. When you spend time alone, you see through people faster. You recognize patterns in behavior. You sense dishonesty. You notice contradictions. And once you see clearly, pretending becomes impossible. This is why many people who like being alone feel disappointed in social environments. Not because they're arrogant, but because awareness can be isolating. You can't unsee what you've seen. But here's the paradox. The more comfortable someone becomes with being alone, the healthier their relationships tend to be. Because they don't cling. They don't chase. They don't fear abandonment. They choose connection, not dependency. Psychology calls this secure attachment. It looks quiet, but it's powerful. These people don't need others to complete them. They invite others to complement them. And that makes all the difference. If you're someone who likes being alone, understand this. You're not cold. You're not distant. You're not antisocial. You're selective. Your energy is precious, and you know it. The world may pressure you to be louder, faster, more available. But depth has never been loud. It has always been still. And if you're watching this and realizing that this describes you, stay that way. Protect your solitude. Refine your inner world. Let your silence become your strength. Because the people who change the way others think, the ones who see the world differently, the ones who don't need the crowd to stand tall, they've always walked alone first. If this resonated with you, don't scroll away. Engage with this video so it reaches the people who need to hear it but don't know how to say it out loud. And if you want more content like this, deeper, honest, and unapologetically real, make sure you stay connected here. Some minds aren't meant to be loud. They're meant to be deep.